Okay, so one of the things we talk about is how the body unwinds. And it unwinds like a big spring. You have the meninges inside your spine, and it's more complicated than this, but if you take a big rubber band and twist it up, then you have to let that unwind. And it doesn't unwind in a straight line. One part goes and another part goes. Depends upon where the mechanical stress is in that rubber band. If you look at a spine, it does almost exactly the same thing. Now, a lot of people say, yeah, but the spine doesn't go in 360 degrees all the way around. That's true, but the force does. As you unwind, if you come here and then the spine locks up because it can't go all the way around, but the force takes you here and then you unwind the rest of the way and you go. So it's literally like a rubber band unwinding. Now, what happens is bone goes out of place in a direction your body can't self-correct, so that means forward. You can't pull it backward because you don't have any muscles that pull in the direction needed to go backward. But you do have muscles that pull in other directions. So you can't pull it backward, but you can twist it, you can tilt it, you can do several things with it. So you get it twisted, tilted, turned, and now your body's actually more off balance because you've done that. So now you have to compensate for that. So it's never a bone out of place and a compensation. It's always a bone out of place and a compensation pattern throughout the entire body. And that pattern might actually include other bones being knocked out of place in a direction your body can't self-correct. So there's an order to how the body has to unwind. You're just going to have to treat the person and let the body go where it needs to go. So all these people who are trying to force the body into a certain position, take that big wound up rubber band and try and force that thing straight. Not going to happen. It's got to unwind. All right? So bone goes forward in the direction the body can't self-correct. You twist it, turn it, tilt it, and do whatever you need to do. That's to stabilize it. And you run around in life like that, getting more and more wound up because you need to stabilize yourself. Then you come in and you deal with one of our practitioners. They start correcting the things that are out of place that your body can't self-correct as much as they can. You can't do 100% on anything, especially at the beginning. But you probably noticed on your first visit you were more stable almost immediately. Well, if you're more stable, then you don't have to twist this up to get more stable. So your body starts to let go of these things. Now, when your body lets go of these things, where do you think the bone's going to go? Take a second, think about it. Most people think, well, the bone's going to go back into place. It doesn't. It can't because you don't have any muscles that can pull it in the direction needed. Otherwise, it wouldn't be twisted up to begin with. So what happens is, remember, get the sequence. Bone goes out of place in a direction your body can't self-correct. You twist it to compensate and stabilize things. As we treat you and you get more stable, your body starts to let this go, and the bone's going to go toward the injury position, toward that bone out of place that the body can't self-correct position. That's why as you get treated, you come in and you look at your practitioner and you're like, what are you doing? I haven't had this pain for 20 years, or 20 years ago I had this, or up here, whatever it is, your knee, your back, your leg, your headache, whatever it was. I haven't had that in 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, 2 years, 6 months, whatever it is. You're going to unwind through that, and it's going to feel the same as it felt, but you're not going to have the body disability that you had. You know, people come in and they go, I feel the sciatica exactly as I had it, and they walk like this. And I go, could you walk like that when you had it? And they go, because they're surprised, because when they had it, it feels exactly the same because the bone's going in that position, but now they can move because the rest of their body works so well. And you're going to go through that multiple times as your body unwinds through everything. Now, there's a really good news thing to this, and that's this. So bone goes out of place that your body can't self-correct, you twist it to compensate, and you've been living with that injury for God knows how long. As we treat you, these things start to come out. All of them if the job is done right. But not all of them at the same time, of course, otherwise you'd fall apart. So as these things unwind, they get to a point where they're going almost toward the original bone out of place position from the injury. And sometimes you think, geez, I don't know if I want to go in there. If I go in there, it feels like this whole thing's going to come apart. And that's because that bone's in that position, but it doesn't get to that position until it's ready to be corrected. So you get that feeling when it's ready to be corrected. So you come in, and that day when you're worried about what we're going to do because it feels so unstable, this thing's finally unlocked enough. Your practitioner, does their usual protocol. They find it, and it goes back into place. Now, when this thing goes back into place, you don't get better. Remember, better means it's still there, and you're improved. You can live with it and everything else. That's not what happens here. When this thing finally unlocks enough and goes back into place, you get well. Because this, the injury, and everything that compensated for it that the body can handle on its own, disappears. And so you don't get better, you get well. And that's why when you get treated this way, you're going to be healthier than you've ever been in your entire life. And that's what unwinding is all about.